8:05, and it's hump day number 2 for 2024. Wednesday, January 10, 2024, and we are Island Tea. Morning, Kay, what's up?
Morning, I'm okay, Jam. So what about you?
I'm good. It threatened to rain this morning.
Threatened it rain. I was like, please don't fall when I'm walking up. Please don't.
Also, it rained when you were coming?
No.
Oh,
I just
okay.
prayed that it didn't do that because,
Mm-hmm.
we can't encourage that.
What do you mean?
No, we want the rain, but not when I'm walking up. I don't have a small umbrella just yet. I have to reinvest in one. So I do not have a small umbrella just yet.
Should go.
Good morning, kind sir.
Morning, everyone.
You should go across to well, I don't want to give anybody free advertising, but yeah, I bought a male one about 3 months ago. Yeah, nice, actually, a nice one.
You killed me. I
What?
thought umbrellas were just unisex. I didn't know they had male
Yeah,
and
they
female.
have ones designed for males.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Female ones usually the ones that close up like about this size.
Small.
Yeah,
And the
the
male
male-
one is bigger?
they're usually bigger. It's like a walking. It has
Like
a
walking stick?
walking stick vibe.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. My dad was an umbrella connoisseur.
Yeah,
He had all kinds of
Mhm.
umbrellas.
hmm
So AZ, how are you this morning?
I'm sure Asia has like a multi. I'm sure he has a collection of many colors.
Oh, that's it.
No, I actually don't. I actually have.
You know?
I think I have just one umbrella.
Mhm.
Is it yellow?
Yellow.
It's yellow.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It actually is yellow.
Okay. Truth be told.
I can be seen from a mile away.
It's funny. It's funny when you're gonna crack a joke about something and it turns
And
out to
it's
be true. Right?
yes.
Yeah.
AZ admitted that one time. It is actually yellow. It is
Yes,
yellow.
Yes.
So what are we going to begin this morning with, gentlemen?
Well, so many things happened just yesterday. If we look at January 9th, we had 2 funeral services of 2
Yes.
really huge names.
Yes.
We had Ricardo Drew.
Yes.
His funeral service was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago,
As your pande.
yes, his funeral was yesterday as well. And so I briefly looked at both of them, now and again in between. And, Ricardo's Drew funeral service, it was in the church, and I recall them playing the song ID.
I actually want to play that.
The
Yeah, I
ID
was planning to
song?
play that.
Yeah.
ID? I don't
No,
know.
not ID. It's a song unreleased song. Like they released the a cappella version, which seemed
So him
kind
singing it.
yeah, kind
Okay.
of fitting. I mean,
Okay.
but he apparently he sang it 2016, and it was never released. So
Okay.
they did the a cappella version, which was it was a song saying, "If I die, just
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
So
It was very sad.
yeah. You watched piece of it, Jam?
I watched some of it yesterday. It was very,
No, I didn't. I wasn't
And then his
doing my
mom
best.
gave words. I saw the picture with his mom giving words. And in addition to that, CARICOM joins TNT in mourning the loss of the former Prime Minister Basil Pandey. And it says here the Caribbean community has once again extended condolences to the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago on the passing of the former Prime Minister Basil Pandey. CARICOM, in a tribute issued on the day of Mr. Pandey's funeral, January 9th, says it joins the people of Trinidad and Tobago in mourning the loss of the country's 5th Prime Minister. In its tribute, CARICOM says for more than 5 decades, Mr. Pandey dedicated himself to improving the lives of his fellow citizens. It says that as a politician and a trade unionist, he never wavered in his struggle for social and economic equity in Trinidad and Tobago. It notes Mr. Pandey's contribution to regional integration is no less significant, as it was under his leadership and with his avid promotion and persuasive in bold pomp, it reminds me of when you see England and
Yeah.
the celebrate, well, not the celebration but the recognition of the passing of the their monarch and
Yes.
persons of high social status.
Yeah.
And I saw Trinidad and Tobago put on that again, and I said, wow, even after serving as a fifth prime minister and after so long after in service, they still, recognize him and do what they had to do to ensure that he got the burial and the service that he deserved.
I knew Basil Pandey as a child growing up in Guyana, so that's how long. Yeah,
I remember when I was in primary school, because 1999, just coming out of, probably in the later primary school, they would have the social studies questions that ask you, who's the prime minister of this country and that
the chairman
country
of CARICOM
and all of that, and then you had to do your little writing at that time. You had Dr. Denzel Douglas for saying kids. He had Basil Pandey for Trinidad and Tobago. I can't remember the others.
No, man.
Yeah,
that's far
while
back.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think Keith Mitchell for
Grenada.
Grenada at the time. I think he might have been prime minister at that time too.
But let's get back to Drew. I don't want to spend too much time on that, dude. I know you worship politicians.
I don't. Let me correct that statement. I do not worship politicians. We're talking about
you worship
We're talking
politics.
about a great man.
You worship politics.
I do not worship politics.
He went to jail. He went to jail for corruption.
Let's not get it twisted here. Yes, I understand what
Some
you're
people
saying.
here need to go to jail for corruption too. But anyway, when it gets proven.
Jam, so we're not sending anybody to jail this morning.
We're going to send Jamster to jail.
I'm just joking.
To radio jail.
Radio
We're
jail.
going to mute
I'm not
his
joking,
mic.
but I'm just joking.
And we're going to say, Jamster, no tea for you this morning. Not that you take the tea anyway. Not that he takes the tea anyway.
Exactly.
But we are going to put a sanction on him that
exactly.
he cannot have tea for a week.
I will be sanctioned.
So let's talk about Ricardo Drew.
Yes, Jamster, take it away. It's your turn.
Yeah, I just didn't want to really spend too much time on
Mr. Pandey.
watching paint dry.
Oh, Lord.
So, politicians really don't. They really make life worse, not better. So,
we got to make sure you don't get any tea, Jamster.
So, where was I?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Ricardo.
Yeah, it was very sad. Skinny Fabulous was there. Destra.
Oh yes, Destra did an amazing rendition. I can't remember the song that she did, but
and I'm sure a lot of the Teddyson John. They said he broke down and stuff. Teddyson John, he's from St. Lucia. He's so good artist. The Ali guy.
Oh,
Ali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
time to start moving. That's what the song, the lyrics are, right?
Yeah.
Azard, I had no clue.
Okay.
I had no clue. I
And,
just know that part.
I don't know, just for some context, I don't know if people know that Ricardo's mom is Nicola that used to work on Gem FM. Yeah, that's his mom.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her voice.
Yeah, that's the one. So you should go look for the video. You'll see her there. Oh, and his fiance was trying really hard to hold it together. I mean, it looked to me like that was Claudette Peters next to her trying to hold up and so on, fanning her. I could be wrong, but it looked like Claudette to me.
But Claudette has blonde locks right now, right?
That's why I thought it was Claudette. But she was wearing a hat, so I wasn't sure. But
of course, she's going to be looking all nice and funerally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But, and Gaston was right up front.
Of course he's going to be there.
Yeah.
God,
Photo opportunity. Azard would know about that.
Why are you matching up Azard this morning?
If he wasn't there, perhaps person would say, oh, the Prime Minister didn't even pay his tribute. So
yeah, boy, the Prime Minister would get licks.
Damn if you don't.
Yes.
I think Prime Minister has even more serious things to worry about. Worry about damned if he does, damned if he does. If he does.
Yeah, but sometimes how we expect them to be at every single thing, and we say, oh, they don't Look how recently everybody wanted to beat up poor Dr. Drew because he wasn't coming out to speak up on or they think he wasn't being empathetic or sympathetic enough when he has persons in office to do that. So that's good thing that, trust me, because the Antigans would have eat Gaston alive. You would have hear he Gaston for he Gaston even short for Ricardo funeral.
I feel like what people need to get ridiculous about, they don't get ridiculous about.
No, but this,
I mean, the
little things matter to them.
You would think that Drew is a king and he does everything, and if he doesn't show up and talk about such and such, he has, like you said, he has other people to do that. You know?
But no,
I don't understand it.
I think he's a friend of the minister, so that's why he probably ensured he was there.
Just last night, someone was telling me about. We were talking about the whole thing with Jeffrey giving the big deal. He's sick. That's what the deputy prime minister is for. I don't understand why people make issues. The things they're supposed to
was making issue of it.
No. Well, some friends was a friend of mine was saying, I can't believe people are making an issue out of this. The deputy prime minister made the Christmas and
on behalf of.
Yes, so
he made the Christmas one too. See,
he made New Year's.
Just the New Year's only.
But
okay.
I'm trying to understand because I don't think people had an issue.
Well, I heard a lot of people saying, why he didn't come out and. I just don't understand.
Why he didn't come out and do what?
And give the New Year's speech.
But he's sick.
That's what I'm saying.
He has the showcase.
No, but some people.
Or he had the showcase. Let's say that.
But for some people, it's like, he needs to suck it up and come out and give the speech.
Oh gosh!
Aren't
we allowed to be humans?
I know. I was really shocked.
I don't know who Jamsa was talking to, but for most persons, when in my circles and the fort, they were saying, if he can't do it, why not the deputy prime minister?
Exactly. That's end of story.
So I don't know who you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Suck it up and come out, and I'm sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
Where's the heart? Oh boy. And then you see, we want the empathy, but then we don't want to give back the empathy and the sympathy when somebody's not at their best or doing their best, and there's someone there that can take the role and do what is needed to be done. How do we treat each other like that?
Pick your battle. Pick your battles, people. Pick your battles better, people. There are better things. There are better things.
Know.
There are better things to get riled up about. Jeez.
Oh boy. What a world.
Anyway, guys, we're going to bring it back. You guys have blown off some steam, and we're going to breathe. We're going to take our tea and we're going to sip it.
We got green tea with lemon this morning.
So
awesome.
You guys noticed that the traffic department temporarily suspended those announcements they made. You remember we didn't really go through them.
No, because
I think I sent them to
persons were saying that they, based on the social media and based on people messaging me about them as well to speak on the air about them, a lot of persons said they didn't understand the instructions.
You have to look out for those signs.
Some persons were making fun, saying that, okay, where's north, where's south, I saw some posts about that.
Oh wow.
And
that is a thing, because I had this whole thing with my daughter about a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Where I realized she doesn't know directions, and these things I learned in boys' school. It's like seared into my brain. I mean, I always know what direction is what direction.
But can they make it a little easier for folks that don't know north and south and east and west in their defense?
Yeah, they probably
just say don't go down Bay Road, or you can't come up Bay Road. I think people would get it. Most people will get it better than telling them north and south and east and west.
I noticed when I lived in Canada too, that nobody really knew the directions either. I was kind of shocked.
Well, Canada could be maybe a bit more complex.
Boy, I'll get lost up there.
I presume. Sorry.
Yeah.
In the St. Kitts, where we have the mountainside, the seaside. Yeah, to me it's a bit easier to recognize.
Yeah.
For me at least, I think so.
Yeah, but clearly they're not teaching it in some school quarters, because, like I said, my daughter, I was really alarmed that she didn't know. For example, like I was trying to explain to her. So I asked, I said, okay, so you go to dance class on Victoria Road. So what direction are you walking when you go across Taylor's Range? What direction is that? And then what direction is it when you go down Victoria Road? And she didn't know. I said, so what direction is it to Value Mart? She didn't know. So I said, if you go down the street that we go, get out. I was really shocked.
I don't know either.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, right.
No.
So clearly a lot of people. So maybe it's.
I'm not gonna be here and act like I know. I'm gonna admit it. You live and you learn, right? So I don't know. I would have told you straight. I don't know.
Okay.
So guys.
So what they said was
clarification.
Yeah.
There's need for clarification on the new restrictions, and I say restrictions in the sense that you would, if passed, and would no longer be able to do the things that you once did on those streets in terms of driving up or down or whatever.
So Jamster,
I just wanted to
you brought it up.
I was just reading what they said. The reason in an effort to better satisfy the transit needs of K1 residents and visitors, it is both fitting and necessary that we hold community discussions on this and other traffic-related issues that may be affecting the community. A time and place for this discussion will be relayed shortly. And they apologize for... They said they appreciated the feedback, and they're craving our patience as the review revise and upgrade to better serve Green Valley.
Did you say Keon?
Yes, it says Keon.
Yeah, it says Keon.
Well, which is funny because it's kind of funny because it talks about Wildwood Avenue, North to South.
Yeah, it's
only
attached.
Spot Street, Carty Alley, Davis Street, so on. Factory Road.
That's why I was
Lower
wondering
Monkey
why
Hill.
Keon.
Yes, I was wondering, but well, I guess probably because 5 through 8 reference Keon streets. 5 through 8 Factory Road.
So is it Keon Street or Keon Village?
No, let's say Keon.
Because
Green
it
Valley,
says
come on, 'cause remember I
Central
said
Upper
Green Valley.
Keon
Yeah.
Road
Okay.
with Moravian Church.
I haven't seen it, so yeah.
So
I
traffic can
guess-
only go up? Is that what they're saying? East to
Yeah.
west only?
You have the.
Hmm?
You have it?
It's in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the
Okay.
chat.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. Let me
Yeah,
check it.
so I mean, then
okay.
we all-
So
yeah.
gentlemen, since I admitted to the fact that I don't know
Mhm.
where it is, I think I've been taught before, but I forgot
Mhm.
already. So where is Walwyn Avenue?
That's the avenue that go. Wait, oh boy. Yeah. That's the avenue that goes. That's where on the corner. It's that street right between. Branches off of Keon Street, right between the Democrat Printery and the gas station.
Okay, so
Mhm.
when they say north, you can only go down or you can only come up. They say north
North
to
is come
south.
up. North would be coming out. North to south. You can
North
only,
to south only.
so mean you
From
can only go
Keon
down.
Street.
Yeah. So means you can
Um,
only go down. You
Mm.
can't come out onto
So
Keon
to the
Street.
sea is north.
Yeah. No. To the sea is south. Mm-hmm.
So then
Oh, what did it say?
it says north to south. How are we? They said north to south only from Keon Street towards Lime Kilby.
Walwyn Avenue, let me see. Traffic will flow from north to south. Yeah, so I mean you can only go towards the seaside.
So go
Or you can
turn off from the street and go down.
So you can exit Keon Street and go down, but you can't
Come
out.
up to come back on the
Mm-mm.
hospital road.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's a no. And Spot Street, traffic will flow from north to south. So that's the same thing. You can only turn down.
Yeah.
You
But remember
cannot-
these have been suspended. So
Okay.
but we
Okay.
just so
But just for a
Yeah.
little clarity.
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
north is always to the sea. Okay.
Yeah, and you
Mhm.
realize we never had a
North
news
is to the
item.
sea?
No, north is the south. It's the south.
Okay.
North is the
Wait.
mountainside.
No,
Yeah, I
you
told
move-
you that.
North is the mountainside, south
Yeah.
is to the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember when they say from north to south, is you're going towards the south direction. So it means that you're going
Yeah.
down to the sea area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the
Got
general direction of the sea.
that. Okay.
Mhm.
Got you. So S and S. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, just think about St. Kitts on the
S&S, what's
sea.
that?
South and sea. Yeah,
okay.
that's how I would have to do
Just
it.
think about
Yeah.
St. Kitts. You
Uh-huh.
have the little thing there, and then
Uh-huh.
put your little, the north, east, south,
West, uh-huh.
Spells news.
Ooh.
Was in the geography in school?
And then
No.
there was no need for me to. Well, the way it was taught to me, there was no
News,
need
wow.
for a mnemonic for that because it
Mhm.
was explained pretty. I got it
Mm.
pretty
Mhm.
much easily, but
No, I have
I
to look at
realized-
my hands to know which ring
I
is on the
realized-
right and which ring is on the
So
left,
you-
and that's how I know. Yes,
You
it's
just draw
bad.
the little cross thing,
Azard,
Yeah.
it's bad.
and then you put the little things there.
Yeah.
No, I look at my hands. Even okay, the blue ring's on
Someone-
the right hand, so I know. I
That's it.
tell the
To
person they
me-
can go right.
To me, that's even more complicated.
someone wants
No,
to
it's
weigh in.
easy for me.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Hi.
morning.
I really don't understand why you are frustrating yourself with this thing about Jamster.
I agree, I agree.
Wait, no man. Let me make my point, no man.
Go make your point. Make your point.
Let me make my point.
Yes.
I just got when I went school once upon a time, they taught us that the mountain range of St. Kitts is in the middle of the island, and you have. I heard somebody there say that the mountain is always on the north, but that is not so. It depends on where you are on the island. Because when you're on the northern side, or the windward side, you see it's not. And when you're on the leeward side,
point.
like where I live, the mountains is on the north. What I believe the traffic department could have done also is to say mountainside, because some must try to make problems out of two-way traffic, but after the traffic starts to increase around a certain period, they change it to one way which I think works well. You go down the one by the government headquarters, and you come up 4th Street and so forth, and you go down West 5th Street. Now, Elimat got a song there. They're going down 4th Street like we crazy. So that tells you, we used to drive down 4th Street too. So, man, make the thing a little easier. Help the people them. The only thing I believe the traffic department did wrong is that they should have given an mention to the public what they were going to do. But people only just opposing. The traffic lights came, they make the noise and see everything working almost good. Nothing man do can be perfect. But man, anyway, I want to suggest something to you all, but not today. So, I want you all to discuss something. But because I like to know things done within the interest of the public.
Okay.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
You too.
Oh, you too.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
That's my friend from Challengers.
Yes, Emil.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know him.
So we have. You want to say something, Jamsa?
No, I was just
We
gonna
have another
say
caller?
I sent you guys Dwyer's commentary yesterday, which I think.
Did you get it to play? Because it's saying this file is not allowed to be played by YouTube.
I missed so many things yesterday. In this
Dwyer's
chat.
really?
That's what it's telling me. That's what it told me. I don't know what it.
Oh, that's probably because
What was
you have to download it.
What was the commentary about?
He touched on a bunch of issues. Also talked about the audit. What do they call it? The Auditor General's report and stuff like that.
Okay, so it was about the budget.
He touched on that and a whole bunch of other stuff.
It says YouTube Music doesn't have permission to play the file. I tried it again and it told me the same thing.
But
do you have an iPhone?
I'm an Android girl.
Okay.
Do I look that rich?
Because I really missed a lot in this chat.
Let me tell you, that's why I tell you when we put in stuff, right? You have to be on point because when you miss it, it's a lot.
Let me try something. Let me see what happens here.
No, but it's a file.
But it's not even saying I can download it. It's just telling me that.
Well, I was thinking, how about we could play it when we come back at 8:30? But we got some calls coming in.
But how long is it though? Because
it's about 18 minutes. But still, I mean,
that's almost a segment, John.
But here's my reasoning. We don't have any bookings this week, so
we
may as well get it out of the way.
Our rotary is supposed to come in today at 9:30.
At 9:30.
I sent a message in the chat. I think what would be best is actually we listening it for ourselves first.
Well,
which I did. Kind of dissect which parts to highlight.
To be honest, I did plan to. I think I mentioned that in the chat too. I was planning to chop it up, so I'll probably do that. Okay, so I'll do that later. We could probably do it later in the week.
Yeah, but
today's Wednesday.
Today's hump day.
So we got like Thursday. We could do something Thursday on it. We'll look at the main points that we want to look at.
We just had a caller.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll call back.
Yes,
so what did you do to the caller? Guys, call back if you can. So, talking about budget presentations.
Oh, here we go. Caller, Island T, go ahead.
Yes, morning, Jamsto.
Hey.
Morning, John.
Good morning to the nice voice lady.
Good morning.
My good friend Azard.
Good morning. How are you,
A lot of people got problem with this radio station, and people on the radio station. But remember, we don't write Crab Hill. We write on the dotted line. That's where my primary teacher taught me, right on the dotted line, not Crab Hill. And we're in a big stone. Jamster, Emil is so right. Emil, where I think that the traffic department should have host at least 4 sets of town hall meeting in the rural, in Basti and Keon, and reach out to people. Offer from mountain to sea. What is that? What is that, Jamso? We going one way from south to north. Come on. Come to the communities them and talk with them. Keep a town hall meeting and talk with people. This is how you do things. You understand? All kind of people who hold position, prominent position in the government setup. Just doing as they like, they don't care. And when you talk, they push up fierce. They push up, man. There's one man ain't going back down in this country, is me, you know. When they see it, they call it out. You understand? And next thing I want to talk about, Jamstown, is both sides of George Street. Them two nasty drain up there need to clean. They need to rip out. And I want this Calypsonian fellow who is in charge of roads. So the Penguin Masters, Smiley, Smiley. I want him to know, do you walk? Do you walk? Go around town and look and see what's supposed to be happening around town. You're going to be by KFC. Not KFC, ready fried. A stinking year down there, and nobody will correct it. Nobody will correct it. Government officials, the past year daily, the public, so annoyed. John, have a good day. And the panel.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much,
Same to
John
you.
Brown.
Okay. I have a interesting WhatsApp here. Someone says the traffic department can only refer to road directions based on how it is written in the law books.
Okay.
Going up or going down or going across are not legal. Like legal directions. East, west, north, south are the legal directions. As a former flight attendant, she should have a better.
Tell them I
better
never knew
awareness for the
directions.
for
I
the
still
cardinal
don't
points.
understand directions. So I worked in the back of the plane. I knew right and left, and that was it. I never knew north and south. I can never grasp it. So no, we can't use that. Tell them no, we can't use that.
Okay.
No. So I can't tell you Trinidad is. I know Trinidad is south because it's that way. But I won't. No. I struggle with directions. I really do.
And in all fairness, you wouldn't have to give directions in the job that you did at the same time.
Yeah. If we had an emergency, come to the left side.
Hello.
Hey, go
That's where
ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
standing. I
caller.
had to.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hi, good morning. How are
Morning,
you?
Jamster. Good morning, Azard. Good morning, Condense. This is Journey here. I
Hi,
just
Journey.
want to make my entrance for the year 2024 and to greet all listening. Guys, I just want to say this. I have a new job, and my job is now from 9 to 5. So a few people been asking, what happened to Journey. So I'm still around, and I just want to greet all. However, sorry, guys, permit me to say this. 2024 is a leap year, and to my knowledge, my research, there's a youth quake that is happening on the continent of Africa, while other races are going into demise. There's a youth quake, and Africans are going to quantum leap into 2024. What do I mean by this? The population of the continent is growing, and it is upsetting to some people, more specifically Europeans and those that are in the know. We know that they're trying to, what we know as population control and all of that. Everything that happened in the last 3 years, from COVID to the war, we got to pay attention to these events. However, we know that we are seeds, and as much as they are trying to kill us, we still multiply. Now, the huge quake that is happening, it's on the continent. Guys, I want us to pay attention and to focus, because everything that our leaders in the continent are signing on to, they are going along to get along with Europeans' agenda. Africa is the new earth, and the earth has shifted. Let us get on board and reconnect with our continent. It has our birthright. It is the future, because The world needs Africa. Africa does not need the world. Let us unite and reconnect with our continent. It is the future, guys. Thank you for hearing me.
Well said. Not one lie detected, actually.
I hope both of you are planning your next trip to Africa.
Yeah, go ahead and make jokes about Africa.
No, I'm not
The
making
guy
jokes.
didn't say one thing that was not
I'm
true.
not making jokes. I'm just
But do
saying.
you think, in all
That-
honesty, though, if we go, they'll accept us?
I think yes. The
When you
the,
say accept us in what way? I mean, if you fly to any country, you have the opportunity
No,
to
but-
enter the airport. Once you have the requirements, you can leave the airport and
What
and
if we
When
go
you-
back
when
and
you say
said
accept,
our ancestors are from here and we came to reintegrate or claim our birthright or something like that?
well, I mean, the Ghanaian government, for one, actually had a program, the year of return. What was it, 2020 or 2021?
Not sure.
Where they actually were encouraging. They had a campaign to encourage people to return, and a lot of Americans and so on and other black people from the diaspora actually
What?
moved to. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
videos. There are a lot of videos on YouTube. And same thing, Ethiopia as well. There are a lot of Jamaicans who live in Ethiopia. Yeah.
You mean Rastafarians? And I'm
Yeah.
not coming for any sect or anything, but just asking.
Yeah,
mean,
and regular Jamaicans too.
Okay.
I mean, this has been a topic, and of course we have persons, and I'm not offending anyone, but I mean, I recognize that I'm Kitishan, you know, I hear, and I'm satisfied with St. Kitts.
Yeah, but that doesn't nullify that anything he said is
No,
is
we're
something
not
we should
We're not
we
saying
should think about.
I was just
or-
asking if we go, if we'll be like accepted,
course,
because
I
most
think
people
so.
say we're going back to the motherland.
But think so.
But there are rules and regulations that each country would have. You just don't go and say, I'm back.
No, yeah,
How are you going to say, I'm back? I'm claiming.
yeah.
What are you going to claim? You still have to go through the rules and regulations of that country.
Then we have to
persons-
do all this
persons
backwards.
say-
Well,
Well,
no, no, but that's two separate issues. If you have if you have the correct travel documents, of course they'll
Yeah,
accept you
as he
on
said,
that
yeah.
level.
Mhm.
But if you want to stay, I'm sure you can go and say, okay, I want to buy some land, blah, 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 which is what a lot of people did. Because, obviously, because of the
And
exchange
of course,
rate,
you'll have to go
it would
through
be a lot more favorable.
You'll go through.
I
the
know a girl who
same-
built a house, American. There's a video.
Jam, so what you're saying, no one is disputing going through the normal channels and getting, acquiring land, acquiring property in the country. I think what I have heard a lot of people say, how they bring it across is as though you go to, you jump on a plane, you enter, and you say, I'm back. I'm coming for what is mine. You still have to go through the regulations as you would.
Well, that
in any
goes
other
without
country.
saying. That goes without saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would
We
like
have-
to
we
know.
have some-
I would like to have two of me, so I can send one and one stay here, and we figure out how it goes.
Auntie, go ahead.
Good morning, Jamster.
Good
Good morning.
And good
MP.
morning, Azard, and
You're
good
great.
morning,
morning.
Kortensia.
Morning.
Yes.
Now, I am here listening to the program, as usual. And wonderful topic and wonderful discussion at morning. We
Thank
cannot
you.
get nothing better than this.
No.
Now, my little input this morning, with where several callers say about the town hall meeting, when they're going to do these things in the community or in Bastia, whatever, reach out to the people in the town hall meeting. Because let me tell you something. I believe that the traffic department supposed to go in every village and every avenue in Bastia and sort out the road them. Because sometimes the road them to be a hazard with all kind of old developing vehicle on the road. Sometimes vehicle got to bank up because them old vehicle got the place bank up and all these things. Some of them not gonna wheel, some of them there to fix and all these things. And I believe that is something serious they got to look into. Go in on the village them when they see this thing happening, because right now tourism, sometimes the bus them, the contour bus, the big bus, sometimes they come and when you look down the road, the traffic block up because a vehicle on the road.
You understand? Because, you know, some people do the little mechanic work and so, and they got the vehicle and park up there and them thing there. And I believe that it's time now they locate people to off the road doing this kind of work on the road, man. It's bad all up in the village, all in the village area and so. I'd be there and I see them. So I just want to see the country do well, and the people them do right, and government do things to please the people. You understand? Because this is our country.
Yeah.
All right then. You all have a wonderful day.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Let's go to the phones. Island, you're on here.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, everybody, man. Good morning, guys.
Hey,
How you
what's
guys
up,
doing, man?
Morning.
Good
Good.
morning.
Yourself?
Good, good. Very, very good, very good. I really just wanted to come on the heels of Journey, you know, and I want to say Happy New Year to him. You know, when I first started listening to this show, Journey being on here, pushing this African talk, you know, and I just really want to say thanks to him, man, because, you know, me, myself, you know, I've gotten connected to Ghana big time recently, last year. And I've traveled to Ghana last year, and I got some serious connections there right now. And from what I've seen when I went there, I definitely can tell you guys, bro, Journey is right on the money, man. This year really might be Africa's year to start pushing forward. People going to start seeing a difference in Africa more this year. Some steps was already made last year. They had some coups there, and we know what the coups was all about. And those persons in Sinkers and Nevers, them Rasta man, and all them people who's Pan-Africanists, they really need to start pushing this African agenda a little bit more. Yo, everybody else is in Africa except us, bro. That's our homeland. You know what I'm saying? We all went to school, bro, and we learned this stuff. But we're not pro-Africa enough. The Caribbean leaders, they're not trying to connect with Africa. They should be. They should be trying to think with Africa for trade and more travel. You know what I mean? We're the only people that's missing there, bro. You know, me, myself, I have already done make some investment there, and I'm looking to make more investment there this year. You know, like that motto what Nike has, let's do it. Yo, for me personally, as a little boy growing up in Cotton Ground, never thought I would have been to this level, bro. But I'm going to say thanks to the Lord. You know, I've made investment there last year already, and I'm going to make more investment there this year. I'm working on some other stuff right now. And I believe Africa is the future, man. Definitely. There was a big meeting that was set up in Ghana Sunday, bro. I don't know if you guys seen that. You guys need to be talking about that stuff. So it was a big Pan-African movement meeting that was set up in Ghana Sunday, and President of Ghana pulled the plug on these leaders that traveled there. Last minute, they got somebody direct this man to pull the plug on these Pan-African leaders. Lumumba came there, and somebody came out of Kenya, and I don't remember if that Lumumba guy's from South Africa or what, but he came too. He was a representative, somebody that was representing the U.S. government, and there was an ECOWAS leader that came, a former leader of Nigeria, was also there, and they got the okay from the government of Ghana to have this meeting on Sunday. Is a Pan-African movement meeting, and then when everybody showed up, the president and the government of Ghana canceled the date, canceled the meeting or the event. Last minute, it created a stir over there. Yo, people was angry, bro. I hope you guys can tap into this and bring this forward maybe tomorrow or another day. Do some homework on this. You know, there's some clips circulating already. I have some on my phone right now. You know, if I had like a direct number with you guys, I would share with you all. Because this is stuff that you guys need to see. The president of Ghana, bro, he's not moving in the direction of the people. Me personally, I want him to get removed. I want the people to remove him when the next election comes up in December 7th of this year. The young people in Ghana have a chance to move that president and put somebody else in who's more progressive. And we wait and hope that they do that, man. That President Adu, he's moving with the colonial masters. He's not moving with the common man and the people. He's not like a Nkrumah. He's not like a Nkrumah. I'm saying he's like a sellout, bro. The African, wherever the black leaders are, they're total sellouts, man. Believe it or not. The man pen and negotiating a deal for lithium mining in Ghana, and he negotiated 10% profit for the people of Ghana. That's the man. That's Ghana's natural resources, bro. How could you negotiate a deal, 10% of the proceeds, and this is in your country? And this is what our leaders in the Caribbean does, and that's what our leaders in Africa does. We're looking for unity for black people, and Journey's pushing this African agenda, but Africa got to unite in order for black people around the world to unite. If the some people is trying to get us to unite over here, but it can't work that way in reverse, bro. In order for black people in the world to unite and progress the way how we're supposed to be and take our rightful place, the continent got to be united, man. The way how they pieced up the African continent, it's hard to get that continent back together, bro. But to see that I do, let these top leaders out of those countries in Africa travel to Ghana for this meeting on Sunday, and he pulled the plug on them last minute. They said that they got directives from higher ups. Who can be higher ups than the president of Ghana, bro? He's the man responsible. He pulled the plug on the man last minute, but he gonna pay for that, bro. Believe it. He is not trying to unite with those people and those leaders who's trying to push Africa forward. He's not down with that. And if he is gonna stifle the progress of Africa, he should be removed. And I wait to see what's gonna happen with the next general election coming up in Ghana, man, December 7th of this year. But you guys have a good day, man, and you guys got to tune into that and see what happened there Sunday, bro.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man. You have a good day.
Okay, great. We have another caller on the line. Caller, go right ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Rusty.
Thank you for your contribution to the previous caller.
I just want to say something on the traffic and the system. A friend of mine called me. I can't hear you guys, but a friend of mine called me and said about 2 days ago that when I come home, I can drive up or down Sprott Street and stuff like that. I lived in that area. I lived in Market Street, which was a two-way street when I was growing up. Same towards Church Street and 4th Street. But I laughed because I said, why are we making our streets one-way? Sinkers is very small, and we need to get around. We probably have to go by Valley Map, turn around to come back down West Street. But anyway, I was suggesting to him, why don't we build parking? He said, oh, that's a good idea. We can use the land opposite the sand. Where you guys are? Just opposite the sand. I think my hospital, I'm not sure. Government could take it away, just like took away land from the people who are over the East Peninsula, Southeast Peninsula. That's one. The area by Shirley, Liverpool Road to the Bay Road, that whole block, they could take over the man's business and obviously pay him reasonable amount, put a high-rise building inside there for parking. That's 2 spots. But my major concern is the high school and the Warner Park. You know how many parking you can get on that property? I go to school here at Ming Cho. There is a parking right on the football field, 4 floors down.
Wow!
All the cars can park for the students and the teachers right on the football field. Why we don't think like that? Open up our minds and think. We like to beg Taiwan for money. I said that last night. We like to beg Taiwan for money, but beg them for technology, man. A lot of us here at Ming Chuan from Sinkers, a lot of us. What I'm saying, all of them could condone what I'm saying. Why not invest, pull up the cricket, pull up the football, and put parking on there? When you have carnival, all those functions, carnival, football, cricket, 2020, everybody can park on there, no problem at all. But we can't see that. It's so myopic, it ain't funny. Anyway, thanks. I'll listen after you. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your contribution.
He makes a very good point. I've actually done thought experiments, actually not even as radical as that, but pretty radical considering what pertains around here. I've actually thought about things similar to that, but he takes it that even actually it's a great the thing the thing that gives me pause every time I do these thought experiments is the cost. Because take for example, even if you did 2 floors under the football field, the excavation alone is going to be monumentally expensive, and then the structural works, we don't know if there's going to be water ingress because of the fact that Bastia, I mean, it's right there in the name, Bastia is below sea level, right?
Yeah.
So, you don't know if there's going to be water ingress is going to be a problem. Where I remember when they were building over there,
The courthouse.
and I think it was National Bank as well. I remember for months and months and months they were pumping water before they actually started building. So, those are things we would have to think about. But Rusty's on point. These are the kind of things we should be thinking about. I thought about a parking garage over there to the east of the sands, but left to be seen. You know what comes of that. I've also thought that maybe they should build they should consider some ring roads that actually go out over the water, like highways. For example, to ease some of the congestion. Like say for example, you want to come into Bastia, there could be a highway that's like an elevated highway that goes out over the sea. It doesn't have to be that far out, maybe 50 feet out, 100 feet out, and it would give you an option where you can drive into town. Maybe you come along the seaside there. You would come along there by the say Fort Thomas. Maybe join up somewhere, maybe by Port Zante or something. I don't know. But
that's some big investments.
Yeah, these are things we have to think about. And I'm sure I'm not the only person thinking about these things. I actually said some of this stuff similarly to someone during Christmas, and the person said, "Trust me, there are a lot of technocrats in government who are telling these people this. These people, meaning the ministers, and they don't listen."
Oh, wow.
So
how do we get them to listen? I hope they're listening this morning. And
vote them
take
out. Maybe vote them out. Maybe then they'll listen.
No, you think? Has anybody that's been voted out came back in and did better?
You want me to talk about that
No.
dude I was talking about yesterday again? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah.
Those are exactly the kinds of things we should be thinking about, right? Solving problems like that. But unfortunately, I'm sure we have planners and economists and the whole gamut of people who are trained to do those things. But either they're not assertive enough or they're not listened to. Okay? Because you're certainly not going to get those ideas from the politicians. And that goes back to the whole discussion about it's mainly doctors and lawyers and accountants who seem to gravitate towards political office, right? Leading in a political office is one thing, but having the vision to do the kinds of things that are going to make our development unique and different, that's something else altogether. One thing that we can do well here is move rocks, okay? And so you're concerned about the cost of these things. I think we've had examples of land reclamation, moving rocks in the sea, breakwaters, those kinds of things. And we can incorporate those designs into the whole idea of sustainability and resilience and climate change, which, those are the buzzwords now.
That's a good point.
And so what you're talking about with the highway, it's almost like another bypass to get into Bastia. That roundabout by Camps, I mean, there should have been a fourth exit that goes down towards the sea to get into Bastia, rather than just the one main Keon Street Road that goes into Bastille, right? But whoever was planning somehow didn't think about this in advance. Okay, but it can still be done, but it might require some relocation.
Yeah.
But that idea you have about certainly, it's essentially another bypass road for Bastille. Is really it's a really good idea that is workable, and I don't think would cost an arm and a leg. It's just for somebody to design and implement it.
The parking ideas that Rusty suggested, I think those will be expensive, but I think those are really great ideas because think about all the think about the footprint we have there between the Bastille High School and Warner Park. He makes a really good point. It's just that, you know.
Well, I mean that is prime real estate now, and it's really unfortunate that it seems to be only going to be used for the Bastille High School alone. I think that acreage could handle both the Bastille High School and the things, right? I'm not so much in favor of more parking in Bastille. I think it's probably better is have large parking areas on the outskirts of Bastille. Probably three, one in the east, one in the west, and one going up to St. Peter's.
Okay.
You know, and then you use some other mode of transportation within Bastille proper, rather than have congestion inside. Yeah.
Let me ask you an idea. This is another idea I have toyed with for years. What about an elevated light rapid? Well, some areas will be elevated. A light rapid transit thing for. I mean, I remember asking somebody about that, and they talked about the expense again. But we have to think about these things, and then discuss them, right? Yeah, ultimately we might decide that they're too expensive, but
a transit where?
But definitely,
like light rail. It's like light rail transit. Like
okay, understood. The tram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but definitely.
But island wide.
That's definitely the rental.
Yeah,
island wide.
because parking and traffic in Bastille is really
it's getting bad.
Really congested. It's
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Use the outskirts and use a different mode of transportation within. I've seen it actually where you can they have the parking areas outside of the main city, and in between there you have like a light rail that runs hop on, hop off kind of arrangement.
Yeah.
That works well too. And one other thing that we have to look out for, I assume at some point electric cars are going to come. And I think how St. Kitts in particular, and Nevis as well, is laid up, it's relatively flat. There's no reason for high-powered gas-guzzling vehicles to be roaming our streets when we can use a local, electric vehicles, even got cars, you know? So I anticipate that that will be a big change sometime in the future. It's something to look forward to, where we become the first island that just use electric vehicles. You know, but we have to prepare for it. You have to be looking well in advance and making sure that we have the necessary infrastructure to accommodate those kinds of things, right? But definitely, I think the motor cars, we know it, is going to become obsolete at some point in the not too distant future.
But
right?
the thing when you add EVs to the IC mix, it does nothing for the parking issue. Because you're just adding more cars. So
but the thing is with electric vehicles, though, you notice that the tendency is for them to be smaller, more compact. Right.
Well,
and so
not always, because the small compact ones are kind of ugly, and I certainly wouldn't want one of those. I mean, why can't it be sexy and practical at the same time? You know what I mean?
That's in the design. That's in the design. But ultimately, I mean, what is transportation about?
Yeah.
It's about convenience and so on. Not so much the style and looks and so on coming afterwards.
Yeah.
but it is more utilitarian than anything else. And bearing in mind where we're going with the energy, we're going to be revamping how we use energy and how we produce energy. It's going to become a more attractive proposition to use those cats. So, we should be looking forward to that as opposed to be thinking in terms of the pollution and so on of the current type of vehicles.
Well, actually, since we're on the topic of technology and all this stuff, and I thought of it, and I know one time you had told me I should, every now and then, drop a movie that you think people might be interested. I have a movie for you because I watched a movie on Saturday, and I thought of you. I said, I have to... I have to remember to. No, this is a movie called Leave the World Behind. It's on Netflix. It's another dystopian sci-fi movie where Mahershala Ali. It stars Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, and what's his name, Ethan Hawke. And I think you'll like it. So and everyone else listening, go check that movie out.
World Behind.
Leave the World Behind. Actually.
Okay.
You know what?
You said it's sci-fi.
It's dystopian sci-fi. It's basically about a worldwide cyber attack, and then let me not give away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let them watch it.
But it's very interesting.
That might not be so sci-fi.
True. That's the scary part. That's the scary part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But okay. what made me think of it just now, something you said about electric cars. There's a bit, I could tell you this part. There's a part in the movie where part of the cyber attack where I don't know if you all know that Tesla cars have a call feature where you can tell the car to come. So for example, you've had the car parked at the parking garage, or say I'm down here and I maybe have the car parked up at Victoria Road.
You call it.
I can tell the car to come for me.
Yep.
And so it'll come down driverless and pick me up.
Yeah.
Well, part of the cyber attack was there was a road heading into New York where when they were trying to drive there, you saw Teslas pile up for miles and miles and miles, just crashed into each other. And then as they were trying to leave, there were more coming behind them, so they had to be dodging these driverless Teslas. It was crazy. So,
but I don't understand. That's what I don't understand about AI and those things, right? Why can't everything just stop rather than create chaos? When chaos starts, why can't some plug be pulled and everything just stops? Just freeze for a while, figure out what needs to be done before you continue, rather than have cars bumping into each other and further chaos on the road. Why? I don't understand why is that so hard.
Well, remember there are computers ultimately. Notice it's there in the name too. Artificial intelligence. It's not true intelligence. It's just it's
Well, the thing is, it is supposedly better. As a matter of fact, remember, artificial intelligence actually only mimics what real intelligence does. Like, for instance, the medical diagnosis.
Yeah.
Right? They probably get the best doctors to feed in their experience and training and so on into the thing. And therefore, they come up with supposedly the best solutions.
Yeah.
Right? So
it works,
even though it's artificial,
it has works.
It still has the basis. Yeah. It still has some basis in real intelligence.
But what they said was concerning those crashes was apparently the AI, depending on if a vehicle ahead was white or there was depending on how the clouds were in the sky, it would confuse the AI and yeah.
Sound problematic.
Well, those are just bugs that will eventually be worked out. And it would be nice to see what happens in the next 10 years. I think it's going to be very different. That's the whole point. Things are going to be very different. And right now, we have to deal with immediate problems, but a lot of these problems probably will become non-existent as the technology changes. And we should be planning for that more than anything else, rather than just only dealing with today's problems.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah. So go check the movie out and tell me what you think.
Yeah. Sure.
Be sure to call and tell us what you think. Yeah, okay, great. We're going to take a little break. 6 minutes until 9 o'clock.
Found the sound 98.9
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Here are your Horsefoot Value Mart IGA specials.
Running December 28th to January 10th.
The more you shop, the more you save.
Get the double points when you shop at Value Mart.
Now, our Value Club holiday specials. Nabisco Chips Ahoy, $16.99. IGA and the Central Everyday Salt, plain and iodized, $4.79. Chef Boyardee canned pastas, $5.99. IGA and the Central Everyday Popcorn, $6.99. IGA and the Central Everyday Waffles and Pancakes, $10.99. Post Honey Bunches of Oats, Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles, family size, $17.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals. Rice Aroni, $7.99. Essential Everyday Vegetable Oil, $18.99. Equaline Mouthwash, $14.99. Bio 5 Shampoo and Conditioner, $5.49. Mueller's Pasta, $5.99. Ama Liquid Detergent, $14.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, and get double points for more rewards today.
Para el año nuevo, continuamos con las recompensas y los puntos dobles. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
TDC Financial Services, we're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services, we are strong. TDC Financial Services, this is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
And we are back with my friend Kortensia. AZ had to leave, so
he had to run out.
Yeah. So what time is it? It's at 10 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, times are flying.
Mm-hmm. So, we have a call. Yeah.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Wait, let me punch it in. Wait, here we go. Caller, go right ahead. Okay.
Oh, boy.
I'm sure they'll call back. Sometimes when I press the button, it doesn't engage. So, sometimes I feel like I'm in the gym. I really have to lead in.
Rusty has some great ideas, but Rusty put out a disclaimer, right? Jams, I have to say this on behalf of Rusty. Rusty said, I do not know everything. I have ideas. I put them out there for discussions and hope an idea will come out and be implemented. If I knew everything, I would not be here in school. But Rusty, you have some great ideas. And as I said, I hope the powers who are listening will one day work with you if you decide to come back, because with all these ideas that you have, maybe you can come back and become part of planning and help them to implement some of what you're saying, because they seem to be great ideas. As you said, everything is in Bastier, and underground parking would be ideal. So yeah, come back home. We need you. And Jam said to your movie, Cleo Rogers said they took things out of the Bible and apply it to the movie. So Cleo watched the movie already. And that's Cleo Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah.
things out of the Bible. I mean,
Yeah, they said they took things out of the Bible and applied to the movie. I don't know.
Okay.
What did you see that you know from the Bible? Well,
I
don't
can't
tell us,
think-
'cause
no, but
yeah,
I can't
no.
think of anything. I wasn't thinking about
Oh, okay.
along those lines.
Okay.
I have to maybe watch it again or try and
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about it along those lines, but it was a pretty good movie. Yeah, pretty good movie. You know Mahershala Ali, right?
No.
No, okay. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Is that a new actor or actress? Or?
You remember that movie Moonlight, which I haven't seen, but
No.
that was the movie that made him really big. He's also the guy that they're gonna be using for Blade to replace Wesley Snipes.
Oh.
Call, go right ahead. Sorry about that.
Yes, good morning, Jamster.
Hey, what's up?
Morning, Miss Henry.
Morning, darling. How you doing?
I'm
How
good.
are you?
Yourself?
I'm doing fine, giving God thanks.
Amen.
You know, I wake up at mornings after I done have my devotion. I'm ready for you all.
We're
I'm
happy
ready
that
to
you're
be
ready.
inspired
Okay.
or to inspire others.
Oh, lovely.
Morning, Azard.
He's not there, you know. He had to leave.
Oh, duty call, he must obey.
I find you and Jamster love to go for Azard.
Duty call, he must obey. It don't make
Okay.
any sense.
Good
He hanging
stuff.
around, next thing you know. He has no income.
He has no work.
They say some people that just take you out of bread and can't give you a biscuit.
Boy.
Now, good morning, I'm Journey, my good friend Journey. Now, Journey and Jamster is one, they're romanticizing about Africa. Romanticizing. Now, my good friend, John is my friend, eh? Please, so nobody jump on him, eh? Please. That's my good friend, we just talk and so, even though we don't agree, you know, we discuss. Now, he said the future of Africa is the young people there.
Yeah.
I suppose you don't watch TV. In any kind of future, it will have to be us. Us in the diaspora. Because you see, in Africa, in the youth, you know, I mean, when you think about risking your life to go to a country that despises you, when you have all the resources and everything, and they end up in Libya and they're being sold as slaves. What future is that?
Yes, but
What
Miss
future
Henry,
is that?
Miss
The
Henry,
most they're doing is overthrowing one another.
but Miss
And
Henry,
you see this thing about, wait, give me a chance.
Okay.
This tribalism, that is what is hindering Africa, you know. Every government, this one tribe, that one tribe, so everybody fighting for a place. Now, we in the diaspora, we don't have any tribe. We never got a chance to know the tribe. So we are the one who are more willing and capable of developing a national identity. So it is up to us out here to go there and help them sort out themselves. Because the truth is, whenever you hear, imagine you're going across the Mediterranean, you're going across the English Channel, only to be put in some kind of a refugee situation. And these are young people, you know. They're going all over the place, leaving the country. They're leaving Cameroon, they're leaving Sudan, and everywhere. These are the young people. So I think it is up to us who out here to seek to develop Africa, our young people. I don't see any future hope in those who live there and who are doing their utmost best to get out, to go and build up other people's country. What is about that, Jamster?
no, I agree, but I don't know if you're familiar with some of the prophecies that.
You what?
I don't know if you're familiar with some of the prophecies. I agree about the
Who
corruption.
make them? Who make the prophecy?
No, I'm talking about the prophecies in the Bible concerning
Well,
what is
that
to
is
happen in relation to Africa and so. It doesn't seem. It might seem like the prophecies might be wrong for once, because when you look at the corruption and so on that that's in play in Africa, with the leaders basically robbing their countries blind, and most of these countries have,
No, let me tell you something.
boundless
I got
mineral
I
wealth
got the
and so
Bible
on.
device, right?
Mhm.
And I have been playing the device. Book of Kings, First Kings, Second Kings, Chronicles. When your leaders turn your people away from the true God, whether you want to believe it or not, that is part of it. You come with all kind of things to live up yourself, to turn people from the true God. And you say, oh, the European can't give us what they never had. And so our people are selling themselves. So I am saying again, look at what is going on. You have the Muslim and the Arabs and whatever trying to turn the whole of Africa into an Islamic state. And all of us who are so African conscious, we're dumb about it. I mean, you talk about Nigeria, every country that's terrorizing the people, you can't have no peace. And we spend our time, rather than confronting it, making all sorts of excuse. They sold more Africans into slavery than the thing. If one wrong, all wrong. And the continuous harassment and destabilization effect of the Islamic Muslims in Africa is out of order. They want you to worship their God.
Yep.
It's that.
Yep.
I mean, how is Africa going to develop? How is Africa seriously going to develop? I said, those of us who have no tribe, we are the ones who will eventually go into Africa, because if you go into the independence of Africa, it was the leaders who were living in the UK and so, who were influenced by Marcus Garvey and others. They were not influenced inside Africa, Are you aware of that?
Yeah, well, yes.
That's a fact.
It sounds like you're saying.
They're comfortable because their tribe will get in, and somebody tribe will overthrow you. But how you going to build a country? So, my dear friend, Journey, you are romanticizing about the young Africans. You hear me? If you're going to overthrow, you must first have a plan for progress. You can't be I overthrow you overthrow, I overthrow. Where is the development plan? These plans must be drawn up before you make a move. And it can't be to make your tribe more prosperous than another tribe. That's what Africa is saying. Africa is a tribal. And the young people, they don't see Africa as being valuable. You think I'm going to leave my place and go across when I know I might be sold?
But listen, other races, other nations are tribal too. They just hide it better, right? And we don't think of it as being tribal. Somehow the word tribe and tribal
India is very
has
tribal.
taken on this.
I went
Exactly,
to India, right?
exactly. It has taken on this.
You see, the Indians running and risking their life to get out of India. I mean, I went to India. I see them living on the street, and so I said, my God, and the locals, and who can this and who can talk to who.
What do you think those wars in the 90s between the Muslims in Europe,
That's what I'm saying. The Muslim and the thing.
Where all those countries broke up? What else is that but tribalism? I mean, Russia and Ukraine, that's tribalism too.
So when are we going to get? You see, this is why I say it is people who born outside of that system. It is people who born outside of that system who will make changes in Africa. Don't fool yourself. One of these days you may go.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Did you hear Rollins, the director of National Security? Did you hear him?
You mean his New Year's? No, not New Year's.
No. He was on an interview. I don't know if it's Freedom or whatever. And he said, let all of you who don't you think that there's your brother, go up. I think he lived and worked in Nigeria. He said, they're not your brother. They don't see you as no brother. They're more likely to attack you. And it's the same thing in Ethiopia. People don't talk about it. They said that the Rastas could come, but they put them in some bushy area. They cannot go and live in the city. Now, what is that?
Exactly.
We're not a bushy people. We come from a developing and developed country.
Exactly. That's why I asked if we would be accepted if we were to go.
No, the answer is no. The answer is no. You could come but go over there in the bush. You come from a developed country like Jamaica. Say what you want. I lived in Jamaica. Down Harpatry and so. Down and New Kingston. You could compare with downtown Miami. And they're going to tell you, you can't come. And they put you in a out of the way place. And you can't just move into the city.
But all these things can be true, though, right? I mean, you.
So when you going to accept this again?
No, I mean you're pointing out some of the problems, but
no, point out the truth.
But all of these things can be true. Things that's
why I said
that are seemingly at odds can be all true.
All I said, the
simultaneously.
hope of Africa is out here. The hope of Africa is in the diaspora because we have been exposed to what they running for is what we have. We are the hope of Africa, you know, not them. It angers me every time I hear, about capsize, so many die. I said, you mean you come from that country? And some of them were working because you hear their testimony. They cannot be the hope of Africa. Maybe those who born outside of Africa from them will go back into Africa and help to build it up. All right, then.
Okay, Miss Henry.
But think about it.
Okay, great, Wayne. Okay, sometimes does it seem like people like they don't seem to. It's like they're dubious about our own agency as black people. Like they feel like you talk, Journey kind of got that ball rolling. He talked about that, and AZ doesn't seem like he's that crazy about the idea of anything to do with Africa. Same thing with Miss Henry. Why is that?
Me neither. Because they're not going to accept us. Look, there are people on the page saying they're not going to accept us.
Carlo, go ahead.
Jamsa, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
And good morning to you again. I'm your co-host, Kortensia. Let me simplify it, Jamsa. We have grown up with many siblings. We have grown up with uncles and aunts. And for whatever alcoholic behavior an uncle might have taken on, or a prostitutional behavior an aunt might have been taking on, nonetheless, she is your aunt and he's your uncle.
Yeah.
I use that to say that in spite of how the quote-unquote tribes in Africa might have seen each other, we have more in common than what the others we have to the others. Somehow we need to get beyond that. Mrs. Henry made a point there about this God. She is into this God thing and not even knowing the God thing. There was 72 nations out there about. And each nation had its own deity that they would have revered, they would have respected, and they would have probably had a household deity or an area that was assigned to. Least out of all the others was the children of Israel. They were new on the scene. And they had was to wrestle a God from one the other nation and claim it for themselves. They happened to come up with Jehovah. You read the book very carefully, you will find that the God that the Israelites had promoting is just an ordinary God like the other gods, the Dagon and the other gods of Al and Baal and all of those other gods of the Phoenicians and the Canaanite people. Mrs. Henry, it is because of politics why one person would have assert themselves. They feel like they're high and mighty now, and they said, this is the national God of all. It came to a climax under the Roman Empire, where they decided, in order to unite the Roman Empire, let us have a conference, the Council of Nicaea. Let us have a conference and let us decide this God is the overall God, and all of the other ones are minute. That is what happened. So people who are fighting or struggling to regain their deity when they go back home to their respective tribal area.
But wait, Journey. So you're saying that there's no God? Some guys just went into a room and just made up gods? That's what you're saying? I mean,
no. When the Most High decided, and I sat down with Carty and I explained a little bit. When the Most High decided how the nations are going to have their own deity with the respect, Jehovah or Yahweh was one of those. Jehovah or Yahweh wasn't the Most High.
But then, there's only one true God, though, right? So
yes,
I don't care. There could be a million gods, but only one is real.
Yes, is one of the many of the 70 or the 72 deities that was dispersed to the other, the Ishmaelites and the Jebusites and the Hittites and the Girgasites and all of those ites. But Israel was not there yet. Remember, Israel became a nation by coming out of the Exodus out of Egypt, where they admire. Remember, Moses went up in the bush and they came down and they realized that they was worshiping a golden calf, which was Hathor, the goddess Hathor, the calf, which is in India today, the cow.
Okay, Journey, I want to take one.
Because it's something they was accustomed to in Egypt.
Okay, I want to take one other call,
wanted to
right?
introduce them to a new god, but there wasn't. So I'm fair with that god as yet.
Okay, Journey.
So they went back and they decided, let us go back to our ways, which we're so accustomed to.
Okay. Okay, Journey, I have to take another call because we have a segment coming up at 9:30. It's 9:28. So, Rusty, go ahead. You have, 2 minutes?
Yeah, I'll be quick. I'll be very quick. I have some friends here from Eswatini. That's an island. Oh no, I don't know what it is in South Africa, on the continent of Africa, right?
Oh no, that's Swaziland. Swaziland was renamed Eswatini.
Correct.
Yeah, that's an enclave in South Africa. Yeah.
Correct. Now, they see things different from how we in the Caribbean see things, as my conversation went with them, right? And I want to say with St. Kitts per se. St. Kitts have the same problem, but it's not millions of people jumping on a boat to go to Canada, England, or the US. But we're moving out. People are moving out. They cannot deal with it. Even Bratcher days, that was happening. So much so, they had to kind of vote in to come back and vote in the 1980s. But the problem is, if the countries or the islands cannot help themselves, the people are going to run to save their life. I don't want to come back into St. Kitts. I don't want to. I was suffered from 1995 on this Labour government. Even on the Team Unity. Why would I want to come back to my country? I live in a good life here in Taiwan. Although it's expensive, thanks to the Taiwanese government for the scholarship. But people don't understand. We can't run and go, we go in Africa and that kind of stuff. You have to fix yourself first. We don't even like Africans. When I was home, I hear them say, oh, that's an African girl, that's African boy, they don't spell this, they don't that. We don't like them. But we want to go back we want to go help them now. Oh, they want help, so we're going to help them. Let's be real. Let's talk facts. Until we learn to love our people, our Haitian people, our Santo Domingo people who are coming into our country and welcome them, then we could start to talk about other people. But we don't even like ourselves. Black people don't like ourselves. We would rather kill a Kittitian because he wear a red shirt or a yellow shirt. Well, anyway, that's it. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Rusty, yeah, no problem. Okay, it's 9:30. We have another segment coming up. We have got, we have, as you can see them behind me, the Rotary Club of St. Kitts. They're doing their prostate screening on Saturday.
Are you going?
So,
Anyway.
so we have Neil Owen and his team here. So I'm going to send them around, and we're going to get the commercial break. Of course, Rams, they are the sponsors of this day part, and we're going to get our Rotary Club urologist team seated coming up right next.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Right. So welcome back to Island Tea, and with us, as we would have said earlier, we have the Rotary Club of St. Kitts, we have Mr. Neil Owen, and we have Dr. Cohen. So gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Win FM.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Great to be here again.
It's always a pleasure having you, gentlemen, and it is for a very good cause. So we are going to speak about the prostate screening that you said will be happening this Saturday.
That's right, this Saturday.
Okay, so can we know it's happening this Saturday. Where will it be happening and at what time?
Sure. So I think, we've had this event for many years now, so hopefully it is in the psyche of the men in St. Kitts. Normally we have it in July, but unfortunately we had a little mix up with our schedules and we weren't able to have it in July 2023. So we've rescheduled it. So it's going to be this Saturday. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, Friday. This Saturday, January the 13th. It's going to be the same location. We always have it at Mount Olive Lodge, which is in Taylor's Range, right on the main road. Just kind of opposite E-Zone and the Brimstone Hill Society building. As always, yep. So the times are 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we're looking forward to seeing all the males in St. Kitts, 40 years and older, especially if you have a family history of cancer or prostate cancer, if your dad had it or whatever. But you can come and have a preventative check just to make sure you're okay as well. So we're looking forward to having a great turnout. It's in January, not July, which is a little unusual, but you guys can take advantage of it. It's a free screening, so come on out and get your status checked.
Okay, so anybody can come, because I realize you mentioned if you have a family history of cancer, you're urging them to come, but anyone can come and make sure that they don't have any form of cancer.
I'll give you the non-technical answer from my perspective, which is yes, but I'll hand over to Dr. Coyne, who's here with us, here from North Carolina. He can perhaps talk a little bit more technical about who should come to get their prostate checked.
Okay, Dr. Coyne?
Yes, you made an excellent point there. We do definitely want to have all men over the age of 40 to 45 come out, which is something that we recommend doing on an annual basis. So that's why we try to do this annual screening coming every year for that. You don't just have to have a family history of prostate cancer. Those are individuals that are at higher risk potentially, but we definitely want all individuals, no matter how healthy you think you are or how robust you think you are, prostate cancer can be a silent killer, and once you start having symptoms from it, it's typically too late. So just because you feel good, just because you're not having any symptoms, does not necessarily mean that you have prostate cancer, and that's why we encourage everybody over the age of 40 who's a male to come out and have their prostate checked and to get their PSA test, which is a blood test. Yeah.
Okay, so this has been going on for quite a few years. Have you had any diagnosis while you've done the screening?
So we cannot diagnose prostate cancer without a biopsy, which is a separate procedure that would be done at a later time, typically in Dr. Thwaite's office or one of the other urologists who works in the Caribbean. We can identify men that are at higher risk due to irregularities within the prostate, or once he gets a chance to review the blood test. Given the age of the individual, there's a specific range where we expect your PSA test to be. If it's outside of that range, then it raises another red flag that you may have prostate cancer and would warrant a biopsy.
Oh, wow.
So it's not something we could diagnose the day that you come in to see us. Our job is to try to identify people that could potentially have it and separate out the people that are normal and just have them come back in a year again.
Okay. So, Neil, I'll go to you now.
Mm-hmm.
What was the turnout like last year from the previous year?
The last time we had it, which was 2022, we actually...
Oh, you skipped last year?
Right, because 2023, we normally would have had it in July. But the main doctor, which is Dr. Thwaites from Antigua, who helps us to coordinate with the doctors coming in, and his nursing team helps us to gather the data so we can do the statistics and so on. Unfortunately, his dad passed away, and the funeral was going to be the same time as the screening. Okay. And of course, coordinating the schedule of many doctors, urologists, and so on is difficult. So we didn't have it in July 2023, so we're having it now in January 2024. Okay. We are going to try to have another one in July 2024, but that is a little bit down the road. Okay. So the last time we had it was 2022, and we actually got over 500 males. So before 500 was the elusive figure, we were trying to get over to screen more than 500 guys, and we got, I think, 525 or something like that. So we were very excited. We were very happy. And we're hoping that this year we can once again go over 500. If we could even hit 600, would be even better. Obviously, we want to screen as many guys as possible. It's a free screening. There's no charge. And you can actually get through the whole process in about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Once you come, we take your name, your contact details. How can we get in contact with you if we need to after? If the screening shows that you might have an irregularity, so you do your registration. We do a medical history check. That takes about 10 minutes. We do a blood test, which is done by Avalon Labs. They're an important partner of the project. They've been with us for many years now. The blood check takes maybe another 15 minutes. And then you're going to get the digital rectal screening, which, again, very short. I think it's just like maybe 20 seconds.
It just takes a couple seconds.
Correct. Okay. And then that's it. You can go and buy the breakfast. We have breakfast on sale. And you're out the door. So, for guys that are working on Saturday, it doesn't have to interrupt their work day. They can come early. We start at 6 a.m. They can come at 6, out the door at 7 or before 7 or just after 7, and off they go to work knowing that they did this important thing for their health and for their family and so on.
Nice. Dr. Cohen, this one is for you. For the gentlemen that may have come in 2022, would you recommend that some of them return this year to do the check once again?
Yes, absolutely. If you have not been checked within the last 12 months, we recommend that you come out to get checked.
Oh, so you have to be checked every 12 months.
So we recommend this for our patients back in America as well, but for everybody, once you're over a certain age, and prostate cancer typically becomes more prevalent as people get older, we want you to get checked every single year.
Okay.
So I guess a comparison would be like, for the ladies, they have to do the pap smear, they have to do the breast screening. So for the guys, this is very similar.
Yeah, not just a one-time thing and then you're good for the rest of your life. It's something that can develop later on, 5 years, 10 years down the road. So in order to try to catch it early when it is very treatable, we want everybody coming in on an annual basis.
Okay, so it's 9:40, and as you guys know, the Rotary Club of St. Kitts, they put on this prostate screening program. It's been pretty much annual, except for the interruptions brought about by COVID. But this year's screening happens on Saturday, and in case you're wondering what the ad sounds like, here we go.
The Rotary Club of St. Kitts is pleased to announce the return of its free prostate screening clinic on Saturday, 13th January. Once again, we are collaborating with Dr. Dwayne Thwaites, Urology Associates, the Largemount Olive and Avalon Medical Laboratory. All men in the Federation, age 40 and over, are encouraged to come out on Saturday, 13th January to the Largemount Olive in Taylor's Range, Brasteur. Registration starts from 6 a.m. and closes at 2 p.m. Breakfast will be on sale. Ladies, encourage and bring your husband, partner, father, uncle, brother, male relatives, and friends to this free prostate screening clinic. Valid government-issued photo ID required. General wellness checks will also be provided. So all men over 40, I'll see you on Saturday, 13th January at the Largemount Olive Taylor's Range, as early detection can save lives.
That was indeed a lovely ad, I must say. As he said, early detection save lives. I have a slight question, and I'll put it to Dr. Cohen. What if somebody's 39 and they want to come and check?
I mean, it's reasonable to come. It's not necessary to do that, but if I have somebody who's 39 years old, I'm having a conversation and he says, yeah, my dad got diagnosed with prostate cancer when he was 50, or I have an uncle that had it, very reasonable to come in and get checked. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know most times I hear over 40 and over, because like 40 is the age when you get on that hill and then everything just seems to want to come down. So I was
it's a very rare entity to see prostate cancer in somebody in their 30s.
Okay. All righty.
Well, I just had one quick additional comment. We partner with the Ministry of Education, so they're going to provide the school buses to us, so we actually can pick you up if you make your way to any of the health centers around the island from 7 a.m. We're going to have the Ministry of Education school buses on the road, and this is on the island main road, so you can actually look out and get some free transportation to come on down to Taylor's to take advantage of this free prostate screening check.
Okay, so the buses will be island-wide?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All righty. And only from 7 a.m.
From 7 a.m. That's
because
right.
Because for those that wanted to be there at 6 to be the
well,
first in the door.
you might have to make your own way. If you want to be first in the door, you got to make your own way in. But from 7 a.m., we having the school buses doing these pickups for us.
Is there anything that we would have missed concerning Saturday that you want to add, Neve?
Well, just to add as well, the Ministry of Health was so excited about this project that they wanted to take advantage and do some general health screening checks. So they're going to be there as well. We would encourage everyone to take advantage, get your sugar checked and so on, other things like that. I mean, if you're on a time crunch and you don't have time for these additional things, you just want to focus on the prostate and the others you can do, fine, it's not a requirement, but these tests are going to be available as well.
Okay. Dr. Cohen, we know this is not your first trip, right?
Correct.
Why do you continue to come and help us? Help our federation to identify this particular type of cancer.
So I met Dr. Thwaites, I think, back in 2003 or 2004. We did our urology residency and training together at the University of Miami in Miami, Florida. He's Novitian and Antiguan, and wanted to come back and give back to the islands. And I was the first one who started coming down working in Antigua, and I think at that time we did Nevis every other year just because it's a smaller island. But as the impact that we were able to see with declining numbers of patients that we found with prostate cancer, other islands wanted us to get involved and to continue to do screening. So for me personally, it's something that's nice to do to help a good friend of mine give back to the people in the islands from which he came. The rum punch is great, much better here than it is in North Carolina. So several different reasons why I like to come.
Okay,
so.
good stuff.
But it's nice to get out of the cold weather in January as well and come down here.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And we are a federation. What about Nevis? Are we going to go over to Nevis, or can Nevis come over on Saturday?
Well, anyone from Nevis is welcome to come. And Nevis actually started doing their prostate screening before St. Kitts.
Okay.
So we were sort of playing catch up over in St. Kitts. So we were so happy when this project came to us, this opportunity came to us to work with Dr. Thwaites.
And I think we're doing Nevis, and we typically do it this week in Nevis, but we switched things around just because of staff issues, and I think we're doing that in March of this year.
So March in Nevis?
In March of 2024, yeah.
Okay.
We'll be in Nevis doing a prostate cancer screening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So both islands have the opportunity for sure.
Oh.
Correct.
So if you miss this one, you can
go
to
to
Nevis
Nevis
in March.
Exactly.
Okay.
Correct.
Good stuff.
And if you can't be at the Nevis one in March, then come to this one.
Come on Saturday.
Indeed.
Yep.
From 6 to 2.
Yep.
As you said, the Mount Olive Lodge.
Yep, in Taylor's, that's right.
And breakfast will be on sale, so you don't have to worry that you're going to miss your breakfast time. Breakfast will be there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We have a nice local breakfast available on sale.
Okay.
Won't be any fresh mangoes in the backyard like there are in
no,
July.
it's out of season. Out of season
Not
for
mango
mangoes.
season,
so
yeah.
there's a massive mango tree in the back of the lodge. So whenever guys come in July, they always can take some free mangoes away with them.
I know, I know that mango tree.
Well, in the interest of more comic relief, Neil would know there's a mango tree going up the street there, just across from the gas station.
Okay.
And the mangoes come in January. And I call them Jumbie mango. I always tease. I always tease the resident. It's on the just around the corner from you.
Yep.
So you know what I'm talking about.
The secret is out.
The mangoes are like there in January. Like by the end of January, mangoes will be ripe. So
Very
I
nice.
always say, Colin, where you going with those Jumbie mangoes, man?
So you got to do for me the mangoes.
Because usually, the mangoes come in, was it like June? July?
That's right. Summertime.
Yeah,
late
that's
summer,
why he's saying.
Yeah.
It's laden.
So do I have an opportunity to mention these sponsors really quick? Because
Yes,
obviously
please
to
do.
pull off this project, it requires a lot, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of coordinating, a lot of costs involved. So of course, Largemont Olive has been a partner of ours from the beginning. The Cable, Avalon Lab, National Bank, Digicel, Island Purified Water, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, Scenic Railway, Coscab, the distributors of Coca-Cola, Impel Marketing, Marriott Resort, Bank of Nevis, Harper's, Farm Care, D&D Services, Demerara Distillers, Carberry, and Rock Under. So we got some great sponsors that helped us to pull off this project, and we're really looking forward to having the support of the guys in the community. And for the ladies, convince them, make sure they come out.
Yes.
Make sure they come on out.
And Dr. Quinn, do you have anything to add?
I just would second what Neil just said, and we look forward to screening as many individuals as possible. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's something that's good for you to do, for sure.
Yeah, because we know the guys, when they, for those who find out what type of test it is, they probably think it's a bit invasive.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's nothing to worry about, gentlemen. Please go on out, get your screening done, and be on the safe side of things, and live a happy, healthy, and longer life.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Jamsa, do you have anything else for the gentlemen or anything else to add? Are you going to go to the screening on Saturday, sir?
You look nice today.
That is not the question I asked. But thank you.
Perhaps. I live close by. Maybe I'll come along.
Oh boy, see that? You see this? All this studying just to say yes. Well, gentlemen, it was indeed a pleasure. I hope that you pass your 600 mark and we get to 7. And the gentlemen come out and do what is necessary for their health. Yeah.
And thank you so much for giving us the time to come and speak.
Absolutely.
So this Saturday, January 13th, from 6 a.m. in Taylor's at Lodge Mount Olive, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, but the gentlemen will be waiting for you there. So please, gentlemen, please, a lady begging you gentlemen to go out and get your screening done.
Perfect.
The Rotary Club of St. Kitts is pleased to announce the return of its free prostate screening clinic on Saturday, 13th January. Once again, we are collaborating with Dr. Dwayne Thwaites, Urology Associates, the Lodge Mount Olive, and Avalon Medical Laboratory. All men in the Federation, age 40 and over, are encouraged to come out on Saturday, 13th January, to the Lodge Mount Olive in Taylor's Range, Brasteur. Registration starts from 6 a.m. and closes at 2 p.m. Breakfast will be on sale. Ladies, encourage and bring your husband, partner, father, uncle, brother, male relatives, and friends to this free prostate screening clinic. Valid government-issued photo ID required. General wellness checks will also be provided. So all men over 40, I'll see you on Saturday, 13th January at the Lodge Mount Olive Taylor's Range, as early detection can save lives.
And we are back. Hey.
Yes, I was just reading something on the wall. I was letting you continue while I read it. There is something on the YouTube wall from Carlisle, Paris, and it said, land use and city planning and urban planning specialist is very much needed for positive development of the Federation and must be a priority before further degeneration of society.
Yeah, I agree. You listen, I have this kick about, I like doing thought experiments to address, to come up with solutions for some of the things I see. And I'm kind of big on urban planning and, trying to fix some of the issues we have.
Yeah.
And so, I do a lot of, I'm always doing these thought experiments about how would we fix this problem? How would we fix that? I mean, for example, there are things I've talked about here for years, Kay.
And it's not been fixed.
Yeah, for example, I had this idea. The Fort Thomas Hotel, for example. I said, why can't we have a capital, sort of like what they do in bigger countries? There's no reason why, just because we're small, St. Kitts Nevis, we can't have a capital district where you move governmental quarters out of town. Okay, we can't get anybody to buy Fort Thomas, for example. You redevelop the area. Maybe you could even do a landfill type and make it a little bigger. Maybe it encompasses more of the area to the south, because there's some cliff erosion there as well. So you may as well address that as well. So I was thinking, you have sort of like a capital district. You use the Fort Thomas Hotel as the starting point for government offices. The government could build some. They could also build conference spaces so that they don't have to be spending money at hotels for conferences and workshops and all this kind of stuff. You have 2-3 of them, maybe a bigger one, 2 smaller ones. You have parking. It could also probably include I was thinking it could include the Olympic Club across the street for either parking, or you could have another building there. You could have an underground. You have an underground thing where you can walk from one building to the next. You have a cafeteria for the workers. You have a gym. You have as many offices as possible. I don't know. And parking. I'm always thinking about stuff, you know,
Yeah, because
like
it's just
that.
there. I didn't even know it was a Holiday Inn before it was Fort Thomas Hotel.
Yeah,
I
it was a
actually
Holiday
learned that
Inn,
the
back
other
in the
day.
70s.
I was like,
Yeah, it was a Holiday Inn. Yeah, imagine that, huh? Yeah. So I'm always thinking about. So I mean, Carlisle is on point. There are a lot of people here that have great ideas, but
So how do we get these? How do we get our leaders to listen, knowing that we are the purse? These things can make our countries better. We talk about small island, sustainable small island.
My problem
states.
is, whenever you come with the idea, someone always comes with a reason why your idea can't work.
But why don't we try it before we?
Somehow the defeatist attitude doesn't apply to get in the bag, because when they get into office and they start working towards making sure that they don't have to work after they leave office.
Okay.
Somehow the defeatist attitude never applies to that, but you come up with an idea that some of them call crazy, and maybe it's too progressive, so it's crazy. You know? Oh well, we can't do that because it's too expensive, and I understand the expense thing for a lot of these ideas. Absolutely, I absolutely understand. I mean, take the bridge between St. Kitts and Nevis, for example. We would probably have to charge a toll. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But CJ likes to say we'll all be dead in the ground before that bridge ever happens, and I kind of agree, because it seems as though they're never interested in anything that is truly practical and truly makes lives better for us. They're more interested in $1 billion, $2 billion prisons and stuff like that.
So
I don't know.
basically
I don't know
telling
what
people
world.
It's we're gonna build things to house you. When you behave bad, but we're not gonna.
I don't know in what world a prison could cost $2 billion. What is it? A 5-star prison? I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know.
Oh boy.
So
when I look, I don't know when's the last time you went to St. Martin. You see, the most recent bridge they would have built is by the airport, and it connects.
Yes, and they did some really interesting stuff with it, like the landfill and so to reclaim all that. Those are some of the things we're going to have to be doing here. I was thinking, like, when I was talking about the light rail, right? I feel like the light rail could be something that goes around the island.
Like the scenic rail doesn't go all the way around.
Yeah, but it could be parallel to that. Okay. Idea being, if you can do something that's nice and practical, that allows for stops in various villages. Some areas would have to be elevated.
Yes.
That would be a way to get people to leave their cars at home. Or we're gonna have to move to a situation like in Bermuda. In Bermuda, apparently, you get to drive into town based on numbers. You know how, for example, you renew your license based on the number at the end.
Yes.
Apparently, in Bermuda, in Hamilton, the capital, you can only drive into the capital. For example, say Wednesday. If your car ends in 1, you can come in town on Wednesdays. If it ends in 5, maybe you come in town. Yeah, you
Friday.
get to drive. Yeah, stuff like that. Caller, go right ahead.
Greetings, Island team.
Hey, what's up?
Give thanks to
Yeah.
for call. Everyone is good?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yourself?
Yeah.
Give thanks. Okay, there will come a time, there will come a time when meditation like this, good meditation, Virgin. Meditation like these and others, the right faces will be in the right places to make such be reality, So it's just time. What we have is, our box of life. The wrong places in right places. And things can't go as it ought to go, because these things are possible, of course.
True.
Money involved is always around to do it. And it's not being done. It's like, for instance, even with this, I was listening man this morning. Man is nothing that's go on a long time. Please note that. That's nastiness.
Yeah.
People just walk and drop and walk and choke and walk and I mean, it's just to implement certain things, laws, legislation. You know, have the will to do these things, and they're not being done on the place, whole land of beauty, full of nastiness. And we want to change that land thing, you know. It's land. Because I think it's a new risk.
They need
So
to stop.
we want to
They need to stop selling
Because-
all land. There should be leases at this point.
You take it to another level, I still. Give thanks to the time, blessed
Yeah,
love.
thank you.
Yep.
I mean,
so that we maintain our lands and we still make money in the process.
yes, and on the climate and renewable energy thing. Even before this thing became this thing that everybody was talking about, I always thought it was sadly ironic that we have sun 365 days a year. And do you know that Germany has the largest installed base of solar power generation? Germany, whose weather is not much different from, say, the UK.
Mhm.
It's always dreary looking and overcast, but we have sun 365 years a year, yet we're importing diesel. These people are crazy. Let's see what happens with geothermal.
Yeah,
let's see if that really happens, because
looks like it's on the way. So let's really
yeah,
see.
let's hope so. But
Yeah.
the pettiness of these guys and the lust for the bag is what always spoils things. So we'll see what happens.
Boy. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Wait. Yeah, our last caller. Caller, you're a final batsman. Go ahead.
I give thanks and love and honor for this final occasion. Give thanks for the Jamstone in the ways of the ancestor and the Almighty, and blessed love my mother of creation, in the ways of the ancestor and the Almighty. And to your listeners via radio and internet of Win FM, Island Tea, nipping within the herbal remedy. We just like to add within the few callers that indicate about changes and development. Because on the aspect of how we see things, we realize a lot of our leaders are go out. Even the region leaders matter, but not just things that they and not having the emphasis to bring back things that they say they sign on to that can make us be reality within what we're seeing out there in the world of development. And if we really serious about making us have that idea of go into standard, send our young ones them to study these things, especially within the environmental aspect itself. And we just don't have people going out there to talk about business and coming back and talking. When they come back, they don't have no space to indicate where their service come from. That's why our people humbly and positive. In 2024, we can go within joy and peace and not greediness. Blessed love. Give thanks.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So on that note, I give you the last word.
My last word would be, gentlemen, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday at the Mount Olive Lodge. Please go and get yourself screened. As the good Dr. Cohen said, it is to be done every 12 months. It wasn't done last year. And if you didn't go to your own doctor and do it last year, here's your opportunity to do it for free. So please show up, glow up.
What you looking at me for? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just teasing
Take
you.
another male friend once he is 40 and you guys get yourselves checked out. Okay?
Stop looking at me.
We're having the conversation.
I'm just provoking. I'm just provoking you.
I am gonna
I'm
look
just
this way
provoking.
since Jamster doesn't want me to look at him. But please, gentlemen, go out, get yourself screened. It's free. It is always good to know than not to know. So please, let's go out. We have the volunteers, Dr. Twaits, Dr. Cohen, and our good Rotary buddy, Neil. So go out, show your support, make it 700, and let's show them that we got what it takes here in St. Kitts and Nevis. So Nevis, if you're listening, come on down and do your screening, or you can wait until March. But the earlier you know, the better it is.
Oh, they're having another one in March.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what they said. So that's why I told them we can always come back to remind those who will not get to come to the January one, because it's normally in July. So St. Kitts and Nevis, we're all one. Come on down, get your screening done.
Yeah,
Let's make the numbers heavy.
Yeah, I was kind of watching what Richard was doing. Oh, Richard created a new scene for you. So
Oh, thank you, Richard.
If like you're here alone inside there, and Azard so I can just have one shot. So
Oh, nice.
it's up now. You can see it.
Oh,
So,
I didn't go back to that.
So I'm thinking maybe that's because the extra screening might be to make up for last year, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
And as they said, they began in Nevis first.
Mm.
And as Neil said, St. Kitts was playing catch up, but that's good that we're catching up and our men are showing up and out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll see you tomorrow.
God's willing.
Okay. Have a great day.
Yeah.
I await my spinach.
Oh, Jesus, did I forget? Okay, I promise you I'll bring it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. So, Rusty, Jam Down, everybody Miss Henry, everybody that helped our show to be our show today. We thank you and see you tomorrow, God's willing. Have a great day, y'all.